Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Slow Burn Pro Wrestling Podcast, where all professional wrestling storylines live. As always, I am your host, Matt Brannon, bringing you all professional wrestling's news, notes, rumors, innuendos, and whatever the hell else you can think of. And here we are today on a lovely Wednesday. We're back on our schedule. By the way, I have made the decision. The Slow Burn will no longer do a Monday show unless we progress and add one. But from now on, we're going to start our stuff on a Tuesday. We're going to do our Tuesday Raw recaps, and then I will preview a little bit of Raw on my Sunday show. That's how we're going to start doing this. So, new plan moving forward for the Slow Burn, and that's all right. I'm sure all 7 of my burnouts are very, very anxiously waiting on all of the news that's going to happen. So, speaking of news that's going to happen, guys, obviously, we've got a lot to talk about. Does the week seem a little long? I don't know. The week has seemed, here it is. It's fucking Wednesday. And I just feel like, I don't know. Normally the wrestling week goes so fast and it's like, oh, here we go. We got to turn around and do it again. But in reality, I don't know. This one is kind of creeping along ever since LFG on Sunday night. It's just like, interesting. Raw was kind of, and then now last night, I will say NXT was fantastic. Really, really good show as far as NXT. And Dynamite tonight is shaping up to be outstanding, okay? So a lot of stuff to do. I don't know. It's just like everything seems just a little bleh. Now, it could be because I'm selling a house. By the way, those of you that are out there, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, lived in quite nicely. Great house, great neighborhood. Anyone that's interested, contact the Slow Burn, right? Looking for jobs, looking for houses, looking for life, you name it. The week has been insane, but hey, spring break right around the corner. I know spring break is happening for some of you guys right now. Easter right around the corner, and more than that, WrestleMania right around the corner. Hell, we got Dynasty and stuff too, and tonight we're going to get into a little bit of NXT Stand and Deliver as we got it coming around for WrestleMania season, and there's just so much to talk about. Let's go ahead and get into NXT. I want to definitely spend enough time to talk about Dynamite tonight as we're going to preview Dynamite. Huge night at AEW Dynamite tonight. But we've got to go with NXT because I will say, and I've been very vocal about the point that I hate the fact that NXT is on the CW and that I don't get it where I'm at and I have to wait for the app and then I'm not watching it live. How I like to do NXT is it starts at 8. I like to start it around 8:45, zoom through my commercials, get through right about the time that it ends. It's how I do all of my network stuff for the most part. I never really start on time unless I'm just jacked up about it. So I do start Netflix Raw on time. But regardless, I hate the CW. I don't like the fact that I have to wait. I wait till late at night or early this morning to watch it and then hope that I can get out of work early and to check it out. But today we were able to make that work. So regardless, we're going to go with it. But damn, man, I miss the fact of being able to have NXT at my fingertips while it's happening and me be able to pause it. I don't know. I'm first world problems, but watching commercials sucks ass. I think you guys can deal with me. I'm a child of the 80s. I'm a teenager of the 90s. I have dealt with commercials in my life. I should not have to deal with them at this point in my life as a almost 50-year-old man. Come on, guys. Let's go. We got to be better than this, CW. We've got to be better than this. So, or WWE for that matter. How about it, H? How about it fixing something, right? All right, let's get to NXT. Let's get to the CW bullshit. I shouldn't say I love NXT. Actually, I will go ahead and be the first one to tell you NXT's women's division is the best women's division in all of professional wrestling, top to bottom. There's nothing close, actually. I will say that the best woman wrestler is there, although it's pretty damn close, and she puts on a show tonight in Stephanie Vaquer. But yeah, just amazing work for NXT, and the women took they took the main stage tonight. All right, they were definitely on showcase, and it was worth it. Speaking of which, we like I said earlier, this was definitely a good setup show as we were setting up the idea that that we're really getting close to Stand and Deliver. If you're not familiar with Stand and Deliver, that is the NXT PLE that they put on WrestleMania weekend. So this one's going to be going on in Las Vegas the same week as WrestleMania. I think they're doing this one at the UNLV arena where UNLV plays their basketball at. I think. I'm not 100% sure on that, but regardless, we got Stand and Deliver. And I thought that this was the first time that the shows really kind of focused on what's coming up with Stand and Deliver. It's just kind of been an unspoken thing as we rolled through to Roadblock from a couple weeks ago. But Stand and Deliver is starting to shape up. You're kind of starting to get an idea to see where this stuff is going to go. And some of the big stuff is obviously going to come out of the women's division. Now, obviously, we found out after Roadblock, Stephanie Vaquer, she wins both belts. She's the NXT Women's Champion, and she's the NXT North American Champion. So she's got both straps right now, and it was a night to see if she could keep those. And the way they opened the show up with the vignette, the video package, talking about Stephanie Vaquer being the only person to defend two belts in one night in NXT history. That stuff was really good. The historical side of it makes it an athletic event. Like, I really, really like the pump up. And then the match starts, and we got Stephanie Vaquer versus Jada Parker. I was a little surprised that they booked the championship match before the North American match. I thought the North American belt would be defended first, then the NXT Women's Championship. I was wrong on that. No big deal. No harm done. No foul, right? So, the match was great. Solid back and forth. Stephanie Vaquer versus Jada Parker. I want to say something. I have been very, very down on Jada Parker. I've not been a big Jada Parker person, but I want to say something. Her character work that she's doing right now is getting better and better. Her in-ring work is outstanding, and it keeps improving, and you can really see that. But man, oh man, this is the first time, and it could be because she was with such a seasoned veteran, even though she's so young. But Stephanie Vaquer has been doing this for so long all over the world. So maybe putting Jada in the ring with Stephanie was that time to make her shine. But man, oh man, that's the best I thought that Jada Parker has ever looked. I didn't care for the Jada Parker Roxanne stuff that we got earlier. I didn't care for all that. I don't know. Jada's just been kind of out there doing her own thing with Lola Vice, and there hasn't been a lot of direction. This match here was an eye opener for me. The potential for Jada Parker is through the damn roof. Now, I will say I don't like the bitchy nastiness. I just don't like that character part of it. Like, I'm good with that, but as far as her being a hard ass, being a badass, like, I'm good with that. And the character development is there. Let's keep growing it. But do you gotta be so damn nasty? Do you have to? You can be a heel and not be nasty. I don't know. It's just I look at that and I think, why so nasty? Why not? Why so nasty? Why not be kind? Right? I don't know. Some people might think I'm nasty. So what are you gonna say? And I might be. I thought this match was good. I thought the back and forth of this match was really good. Jada looked very strong, but here we go. The ending was so weird to me. Jordan Grace comes down. We have some issues. She's up on the apron. She distracts Jada Parker, and then Stephanie Vaquer gets the roll up. It was like, was that needed? And I'm just going to call it what it is. Jada looked stronger in this match to me than Stephanie Vaquer did. And by doing that, it makes Stephanie Vaquer look weak. It really does. Basically saying that she needed interference. She needed a distraction to be able to get this win. And I'm sorry, but that is not the method that we need to be putting on our babyface champion, especially considering it's her first major defense of this belt. Like, I don't know. We know Jordan's going to be in the title picture. Like, that's a given. Like, it's only a matter of time before Jordan Grace is on the main roster. But the same thing can be said for Stephanie Vaquer. But when we really sit and break this whole thing down, like, why the distraction win? Why the roll up win? Like, I don't know. To me, it just didn't do anything for either of these women, Jordan or Stephanie. I don't know. It was odd to me. The whole situation, like, the match was so good. That's one of these things. It was like, man, such a good match, such a strong match. Both parties are looking fantastic. And then just like that, like, the finish is wonky, and I don't really understand why. Now, maybe there'll be more of that explanation moving forward, although, I'm not sure how. But I don't know. That just didn't work for me. It really didn't. After the match is over with, Fatal Influence comes down, JC Jane, Fallon Henley, Jasmine Nix, and basically beat the shit out of Stephanie Vaquer. This now made sense to me. Now we're furthering on the story because Stephanie Vaquer has to defend the North American title against Fallon Henley, part of Fatal Influence. Like, this made sense. Wear her down, Stephanie Vaquer, that is, wear her down, beat her up, so Fallon Henley has an easier road later on for the North American title. And honestly, that part worked to me. So it's like, all right, great match, weird finish, not sure why, and then strong finish as far as the whole segment. Like, really, really worked for me. Yeah, and it kind of let me think, all right, this later on, this main event that we're going to get later on, even though it turned out not to end up being the true main event. Well, yeah, it was. It really was. But I guess you could kind of look at a couple of the other matches in there as being slid in as main events. I thought the Javon Evans match was outstanding. Um, but Lexus King as well. But I will say that the whole thing worked. All right. And then we have an interview segment backstage with Ricky Saints, aka formerly known as FKA, I should say, Ricky Starks from AEW. And Ricky gives his very passionate interview saying he's there for gold. And I thought the piece was really good. I love the interaction with Sean Spears. And now it shows where we're getting on this new Ricky Saints feud that we're going to start up with Sean Spears, and maybe there's a North American title in it for him as well. So obviously something that we probably will see gearing towards as we get ready for Stand and Deliver. So I'd really actually like that. I think that I don't know. I'm good with Ricky coming in and immediately battling for that secondary title, and I think that him and Sean Spears will go good together. I'm sure they've had a lot of interactions. They were both AEW guys. How crazy is that? Oh, again, think about that. North American title in NXT is going to be between Sean Spears, AEW guy, former AEW guy, and Ricky Saints, former AEW guy. Like, my God, that it's kind of crazy to think about how all of this professional wrestling bleeds into one another. But regardless, I thought it was good to set up the Spear stuff for the North American title. I think these guys will dance well together. And I don't want to say this. Is it just me, or does Ricky seem to be better? Like, his character work, the way he's delivering his speech. I don't know. It just seems better. And correct me if I'm wrong. If you're an AEW person and you've seen both of these, you've seen him now in NXT. Tell me what you think. I don't know. It just seems almost like, and he played the role of this cocky, confident guy anyway, but his delivery seems more confident. Like, the whole aesthetic of it just seems better right now. So I don't know. I was really big on that. Like, the interview segment was good. And that brought us to a tag match. And we have Wesley and his cronies, Tyson DuPont and Tyreek Ingwe. Wesley was not wrestling here. They're going to take on Hank and Tank. Really like the beginning with Hank and Tank having the interaction with the Motor City Machine Guns. Really nice to see Motor City down at NXT. Guys, if you're a tag team and you have an opportunity to train with the Motor City Machine Guns, you better take everything you can possibly get, because the dudes have been in it. They have been in it for a long time. They are tag team specialists. And if there's anything better than getting the tag team division back strong, I don't know what it is. So regardless, let's keep going with that. But yeah, we had the Hank and Tank versus Tyreek and Tyson match here. It was hard hitting. The match was decent. I thought that actually the best part of this match is what happened on the outside, dealing with Ricky Saints and Wes Lee. The interaction post where Wesley's like, hey, you can't jump the line. I thought that just swung it on back to what we had just saw as far as the interview segment. But the match itself was good. Hard hitting. I don't know. You never know. You always know how, like, you pick it. Maybe I'm different. I don't know. But like, you get a tag team and you like one guy better than the other. Like, the one guy is your guy regardless. Like, in the Road Warriors, there was Hawk and Animal. I was an Animal guy. All right. That's just the way it was. Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson. I'm a Ricky Morton guy. The New Age Outlaws, I was a freaking Road Dogg guy. You can go on and on. The Dudley Boys, I am a Bubba Ray guy. Like, it can keep going. Hardy's, Jeff Hardy guy, right? Well, in the Hank and Tank stuff, I'm just going to call it. I think Tank is really, really damn good. And I see him really shining here. But I don't want them to just go off and do a split now because we're building the tag team division up. So, with that said, I really think that I can pinpoint him as being maybe the guy. My question comes back to this, though. When I watch Tyson DuPont and Tyreek Ingwe, I don't know what I'm seeing. Like, I don't know who's shining. I don't know, and maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's where the team is what's shining. But in all honesty, I didn't. They go over here. They're victorious over Hank and Tank, but I'm not sure where they go with it. This was definitely filler at its best. But here again, when it's good filler, how can you be upset with that? Like, the filler was quality. It was a decent wrestling match. So then we had some backstage stuff with Trick Williams. Uh, I'm just gonna say it, man. This Trick Williams dark stuff that he's got going right now, it's the best work he's ever done. Now, again, that you're not comparing that with a lot. The guy hasn't been around for a really long time. He's a young buck. He's new to this game. He was a freaking NCAA football player. It's like he's a guy, but he's not a wrestling guy yet. But he's getting there. Well, I want to say maybe he is a wrestling guy. Okay, because this darker side of Trick Williams is so damn good, and we're going to see more of it as the show bled on. But I just think that they're doing really good work with Trick. I honestly don't know if he needs that belt back right now. Like, I know he's fighting for it. I know that's going to happen, and we're going to go down that road. But does Trick actually need the belt? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure what the answer to that is. But we shall see moving forward. Speaking of belts, well, not really a belt, more of a cup, more of a trophy. The Heritage Cup was on the line. Champion Lexus King, old baby boy of Flying Brian Pillman, rest in peace, Flying Brian. You will always be a man. But we had Lexus King taking on my good friend Javon Evans. Let's just call it what it is. John Evans, outstanding. Nothing he can't do in the ring. As he continues to grow and get better, dude's 20 freaking years old, man. As he continues to grow and get better, you are only going to see more and more. This guy is a future Hall of Famer. Let's hope he can keep everything straight. But right now, he is absolutely red hot. With that said, there's no one more red hot right now than Lexus King, right? And this character work he is doing is so good. His social media work he's doing is so good. He wins this match. Oba comes down. He distracts Javon. He actually ends up power bombing him on the damn apron, right? And of course, Lexus King, he sees it all right in front of him. He takes advantage. He makes the pin, match over, and then later on, he posts on social media that he was able to do it all once again, fair and square, by the rules. He doesn't need any help whatsoever. That is great freaking character work. And that's the wonderful thing about social media and professional wrestling today. Done right, it can be so damn good. Done right can be so damn good. So I thought this was really good. Trick comes out. You knew this was going to happen. Oba and Javon are going at it. Trick ends up hitting Javon with a trick knee. And then we have this new group, the Dark State, right? It's Dion Lennox and his new crew. I know Cutler James, I believe, is on that. You see on LFG, right? So you see a familiar face there. But Dion Lennox and his new crew, the Dark State, they come down and they basically just mock everyone. Like, you clowns are all fighting each other, so do what you got to do. But I want to say this. We are gearing up towards Oba, Trick, and Javon again. And cool. 100%. I want it. Here we go again. I haven't said it in a while. I'm here for it, right? I'm here for it, and I want it to happen. So let's go. Javon, Trick, and Oba stand and deliver. Triple threat for the title. But remember, they don't always all have to be triple threat. I want to say that to the WWE in general as we keep throwing all these triple threat and quadruple fatal four ways and all this shit for Mania. It doesn't always have to be this way. However, sometimes it freaking works. And I think that Javon, Trick, and Oba will definitely make it work again. But I want to say this. Lexus King doing great work. A worker. Yeah, a worker. And that's awesome. I think it's a great freaking thing that he's doing. So, we had a women's tag match, Tatum Paxley and Gigi Dolan. They're going to take on Lash Legend and Jakar Jackson. Now, this is weird. This is a little play off of what we saw on TNA Impact last week. where we had a little bit of an issue. Tatum and Gigi are challenging for the Knockouts Tag Team Championships, which is Ash and Heather by Elegance. And basically Jakara and Lash come out and say, wait a second now, why do you get to jump the line? Why do you two, you're not even a real tag team. And now all of a sudden you get the shot ahead of us. And here we are talking about a TNA title on NXT TV. My God, I love this damn partnership, man. It is so fun. I can only imagine what I would have been as a kid if this would have happened. You imagine as a kid if you would have got to see Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair when they were completely split apart. Like, man. And I know it's not to that level. I know it's not, but it's still to a level that if you've been a wrestling fan for as long as I have, you know that we're in new territory here. But regardless, we got the match. Tatum and Gigi, they go over Lash and Jakara. I was kind of surprised by that because, man, Lash has been so hot lately. And honestly, the work that her and Jakara have been doing have been good. Hell, it wasn't long ago when they were taking on Bianca and Naomi. Like, it was just a couple weeks ago that they were fighting for a tag team title here in the WWE. Now they're wanting this knockouts. By the way, we really need to look into a women's tag belt in NXT. I mean, as stacked as that division is, it only makes sense. And after this match, actually, where we had the little interaction with Zarya and Sol Ruka coming out, like you have an abundance of girls here to create some really, really good tag team action. And I hope that that's exactly where we're going with this. But we need to speed up a little bit, right? We had Ethan Page. He went over Andre Chase with Andre Chase, his new students. I'm interested to see where this goes. I really am. But at the end of it, what did we really get? A lot? I mean, same thing that we're going to get after this. The segment with Tony D talking to the family. We need to check out the dark state. Well, no shit, you need to check out the dark state. But at the same time, you were still dealing with the culling just the other day. But what we really see out of this is there going to be a Tony D Stax Lorenzo split? I don't know. They're kind of getting that way. Let's hope not. I don't think it's time for that yet, but maybe, just maybe. All right. He mentioned trust. I don't know. We shall see. So that brings us to our main event. Now, North American title for the main event. All right. And again, I said earlier that it wasn't really the main event. The Javon Evans freaking match with Lexus King is actually your main event. I mean, it's just call it what it is. No, it's not. No, it's not either. The main event was the first fucking match, right? Stephanie Vaquer, I'm just going to get aggressive with it. Stephanie Vaquer defending the NXT Women's Championship versus Jada Parker should have been your main event, period. Walk away. That's your biggest belt, right? If not, then you obviously have to do Lexis King versus Javon Evans just because of the quality of the match. The match was great. It had everything and everybody in it. But we choose to do North American title after Fatal Influence had beat the hell out of Stephanie Vaquer. We knew that would happen. And I'm going to tell you, man, Stephanie Vaquer versus Fallon Henley was good. Really good match. Had a little bit of everything. You guys know I love a little bit of everything. I love a good story. And this match had it. It really did. Jordan makes her appearance once again. This time, not to be a detriment in the match. This time to make the save. Stephanie Vaquer goes over. She goes over clean over Fallon Henley. I was surprised by that. All right, they're not going to be able to keep both these belts on her for very long. They just can't. The division's too good. Like you can. It's not. It's just not right. So, but Stephanie goes over. Then Fatal Influence beats the absolute hell out of her. I have a feeling that this isn't done yet, but I'd like to see it be JC and not Fallon. Just saying. Um, just my personal opinion, but Fallon had her run. Maybe it's time that we look somewhere else. But regardless, Jordan comes in. Jordan Grace comes down, makes the save, and then we fade to black with Stephanie Vaquer holding up both belts. The stare off with Jordan Grace, like great piece, great piece. I don't like the order of it all. I don't like where it fit into the show, but great piece. And the show overall was good. Like I said, it had its ups, but it had a few downs, but the ups really outweighed the downs. And NXT needed this because NXT has been a little bit down lately. So I scored it a B plus. I scored it a B plus, and I'm giving that a very solid B plus. Okay, so great show. Is it going to top what we're going to see tonight? time will tell. All right. But AEW Dynamite tonight could be very, very good. And I wanted to leave a couple minutes here as I'm going to go over the card with you guys. Also, don't forget TNA tomorrow. If you're in my Missouri people, St. Joseph's, Missouri. All right. Getting ready to host a little TNA action. So, got that coming up. We got TNA tomorrow. I will recap all of it plus preview SmackDown on Friday. And I will recap Dynamite on my Friday show. No Thursday show, all right? I know it's a special thing for this past week, but no Thursday show. Maybe one of these days, but AEW Dynamite tonight, guys. You're going to get MJF answering MVP. Is he going to be a new part of the Hurt Syndicate? I think the answer is hell no. What direction we're going to go with this could be interesting, but you know what? I'm going to reserve my judgment for right now. I don't even want to have a huge prediction here because I truly think that this could be a good story. Hell, MJF and MVP just sparring in the ring verbally would be good for me. We got almost all of the Don Callis family in action tonight. Mark Davis is going to take on my boy Powerhouse Hobbs. We got Takeshita going to take on Mark Briscoe, and Kyle Fletcher is going to take on Brody King. That one's weird to me. That could be awesome. By the way, all three of those matches: Mark Davis versus Will Hobbs, Takeshita versus Mark Briscoe, Fletcher versus Brody King. All three of those matches could easily be match of the night. All three of those matches could easily be match of the week. We shall see where they all fit in. What else do we get? We got Kenny Omega is going to defend the International Championship tonight against Blake Christian. Young Blake Christian. We've been seeing a little bit more of Blake here lately, coming off from Ring of Honor. Hell, he was on the friggin' Grand Slam. Or was it Grand Slam? Or was it? No, he was on Revolution. That's right. He was on Revolution not long ago. So we'll get Blake Christian versus Kenny Omega. That'll be fun. Anytime Kenny's in the ring is fun. We're going to get, I'm so glad this is happening, Tony Storm tagging up with my girl Thunder Rosa to take on Megan Bain and Penelope Ford. Penelope. This is going to be good. All right. You got some very, very amazing storytelling women that are going to absolutely steal the show. They could steal the show. Anytime Tony's on camera, she's going to steal the show. But neither here nor there. I love the fact that Tony and Thunder are going to tag up. It's been probably like 3 years since they've tagged up together. So there is a relationship there. Not with Timeless, but with Tony Storm there is. So there you go. And then the other thing that we're going to get tonight on Dynamite, and something I'm looking very forward to, is Tony Schiavone, or Schiavone, is going to have a quick sit-down interview with Rated FTR. Dax Harwood has asked for the time. He wants to address not just Cash Wheeler, his tag team partner, but he wants to address Edge. He wants to address Adam Copeland and let them know kind of where he stands. This could be very good. I've been mentioning very slyly here in the last couple weeks that FTR looks to be going very dark right now, very dark side-ish, maybe heelish. Maybe tonight we'll get some of those answered. So, yeah, going to be a good show. Cannot wait for Dynamite tonight. It's going to be such an awesome show. And we're good with it. We're all here for it, right, guys? And don't forget, we got TNA Impact tomorrow. I will be back with you guys on Friday as I completely recap Dynamite, completely recap TNA, and then get you all set for SmackDown in Europe, and we get another European crowd, and I can't freaking wait. So, because remember, I wish they all could be European crowds. That's how we're going with this. Guys, thank you very much for joining me. As always, do me a favor. Like on some stuff. Share on some stuff. Subscribe on YouTube. Spread the word. Guys, I would like to get a few more followers. I'd like to get a few more likes in the next couple weeks. And that's some of those goals that I want to talk to you guys about. We'll do some goals this weekend, guys. I promise. Maybe on the Saturday short, we'll do some goals. So, Dynamite tonight. Be ready. We'll be back with you guys on Friday. I can't wait, bringing you all the wrestling action. Guys, this has been the Slow Burn Pro Wrestling Podcast, where all professional wrestling storylines live. And in this world, folks, we are wrestling everything. So stay on top.